What's up everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Sean for those of you who don't know me, and this is Vtwin Revolution, where I teach you about cool Harley stuff. And you know, if you want to learn about cool Harley stuff, just make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and I'll keep putting out content for you. So today, here at Speedway Harley Davidson, we're going to be doing a ride review finally. Finally. We've only gotten like 3 of these in. I guess it just takes a long time for them to come from Malaysia. So, what are we riding? We're riding a Pan Am ST, Carl Brunn. He asked me a long time ago, he's like, man, I would love to see a ride review of the ST. And I was like, dude, when we get one, I'll make one. So we finally got one of 3. And so let's check it out. All right guys, so after the little video montage that I put together for you, this is the Pan Am ST. First, let's just kind of check the motorcycle out. They put this thing on a little bit of a diet. It lost about 20 pounds. Removed the radiator guards here and then on the other side. So really kind of made this thing a little bit lighter. The weight of this bike is 542 pounds versus the Pan Am Special is at 569 pounds. Other than that, we've got just a slimmer design on the windshield, handlebar controls, mirrors, everything's still the same. You do have the cast wheels. Other than that, it's just a really more modernized design. The turn signals, which were down in the radiator cover shroud things, they are now on their own little mount here at the headlamp. Really not much has changed. The only thing that they do offer just a little bit differently is the quick shift on this. You know, it comes standard. So I don't want to do a lot of talking because you guys are going to be in my head here shortly in the helmet. So we're going to get my helmet on and we're going to go put some gas in this thing, because I did do a PDI on this. Basically a PDI, I go through, air up the tires, make sure the mirrors are tight, install the windshield, just kind of pair the key fob, set a pin number, all that other good stuff. So PDI'd this thing yesterday and really wanted to try to get this video out to you guys, because I've really been wanting to make this video and actually ride one and give one of my personal thoughts on what it is. So let's go. All right guys, so this is going to be our Chariot for the next 12 miles. Since it's a new bike, I don't really want to put a bunch of miles on it, but we're going to go through things I like, things I don't like, which I can already tell you there's one thing that I don't like. We'll get into that. But we are going to hop on and go get some gas. First of all, our controls haven't changed from the Pan Am. Starting on the left, you have your navigation arrows. This takes you to your different pages. Well, once it boots up, this takes you to your different pages. And then you can go home, your trip button, your heated grips, your cruise, your high-low beam, and your turn signals. Over here you have traction control, turn it on, turn it off, whatever. Then you have your push to talk, you have your radio stuff whenever you got your media hooked up to it, your start, your kill, your run stop switch, your hazard, and your mode button. We're going to start out in, what mode are we in? It's rain mode. We'll start out in road mode. Obviously your mirrors, and then your windshield is non-adjustable. So, yeah, let's go get some gas. So like I was saying, during the PDI process, They'll come in off of the bike or off of the truck. We will then uncrate them, get them in the shop. They'll have no windshields on them. They'll be they're 97% put together already. So we just have to, like, more or less check everything out, make sure that the motor company, or actually Malaysia, did not screw something up. And then we go through the various functions: turn signal, brake light, horn. Just really check it out and, you know, go over everything. But all in all, like, so I really do like the seat. Right off the get-go, like, the seat's a lot more comfortable. It's not as wide. It feels like you're actually sitting in the motorcycle and not sitting on top of the bike. So I mean, that's a positive right there. So we'll get some gas. All right, so we got gas. So I automatically, right out the gate, typically will go through and adjust the dashboard, just because I like all the information I can possibly get. And then you can just hit home from there, like I was keeping going back. So you just hit home. So if you want to navigate to that and you don't have one, you just hit the page button, and then you will go over to your settings, and then you hit your center button, and then you go down to appearance, and then you can go to dashboard customization. Now from there, you can actually edit each widget that it shows. So that shows your temperature. One of these, I think I can show the bike status, no, trip, audio, TPMS. All right, that's what I like to keep an eye on as well. So, and then once you're done, you just hit home. So now we have our tire pressure, we have our ambient air temperature, coolant temperature, the voltage. It says no phone is connected. It tells us what our range is, trip A and trip B, obviously neutral. It's letting know that the ARH, or active ride height, is active. It's just waiting for us to take off. So let's take off. And about got hit. Probably would help if I was paying attention a little bit better. So the Pan Am ST still does boast the 150 horsepower. For whatever reason, the torque went down by 1 foot-pound. So on the STs, you get 94 foot-pounds of torque. On the Pan Am Special, you're getting 95 foot-pounds of torque. Not really sure why they did that, but I'm going to tell you, maybe it's just because the bike is 20 pounds lighter. It feels a little bit more responsive. So I thought that this thing would have more power than it actually does. Comfort wise, like, I'm a lot more comfortable in this bike than I am on a Pan Am Special or CVO Pan Am. Like, it's just a lot better feel, and, you know, the responsiveness is still the same. You know, we'll do a dig here in a minute. I'm in 6th gear. I didn't just realize that I didn't really need to be using the clutch to shift. That's just habit. But this bike does come standard with the quick shifter, which really, if you have a Pan Am or know anything about Pan Ams, you really don't need a quick shifter anyways. Like, you can, I always shift, I rev match, but you can shift up and shift down without using the clutch and it not have a the quick shifter. So, you know, it only delays the ignition process just for a millisecond, just allow for the engine to slow down so it'll go into gear, blah blah blah. Like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna, let's not use the clutch. pretty seamless, and I just went right into neutral. And we will get on the highway just to see how the bike reacts to highway speeds. The rear tire and the front tire, they are both 17s, which make it a little bit more, you get better options for tires, because that was always kind of the complaint with the 19 in the front, or 18 in the front. So, you know, I like a Pan Am. Now that they've kind of gotten all the kinks worked out of the electrical system, when they first came out, you couldn't give me one. I mean, it was every week they were coming out with a new software update. You know, people, then they upgraded the charging system in what, 2023, I think it was, because they were having such issues with hard starts. And you still get it every now and then, of them like, and then like, and not want to start. But this thing does have 13-to-1 compression. I mean, that's a lot. I had a bike that had 12-to-1 compression one time, and I mean the race bike, before I blew that motor up, it had 12-to-1 compression, and it took a lot to get it started. I think that's why my starter clutch is actually starting to go bad. But let me talk about the one thing that I really just absolutely dislike about this motorcycle. Hands down, just, I don't really know what they were thinking. I mean, I do, but I don't. That's the tail section. It is the ugliest tail section ever. Like, you've just made a Street Fighter motorcycle. Why not give it like a little bit of a sleeker design on the tail section? I mean, I don't really understand that. And, you know, and I'm sure there's going to be aftermarket companies that probably do make some tail sections for it, and that's cool. But like, from the factory, like, we at least want something from Harley where they're like, oh wow, they actually listened to us. Like, instead of like, oh wow, they underperformed and underdelivered. I mean, that seems to be the consensus lately, and hopefully this new CEO, he can turn some things around. I'm hopeful, because the Harley-Davidson market, it's in pretty bad shape right now. Our dealership, nobody's buying motorcycles. I mean, and I get it. I mean, regardless of what the experts want to say, the economy is not in great shape. And nobody's really spending money. And it's just, that's a tough gig. And, you know, our labor rate's $140 an hour. So, I mean, I understand it. I'm not mad at people for it. Like, because, well, if I didn't work for Harley, there's no way that I could afford a Harley. Plus, mine's paid off, which, by the way, I'm actually thinking about selling it. You know, we all go through those phases where you're like, I want something different. I want to do something different for a little while. And I'm not going to, like, get out of working on motorcycles. It's just, I like off-roading a lot. And I've been doing this 24 hours of Appalachia. It's an endurance rally. And basically Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio, those are the three, like, Appalachia communities that they, or state Appalachian states that they focus on. Basically, the way that it got started was with the downturn of coal. This organization came together out of that and was like, we need to bring motorsports tourism back to you know, the Appalachian communities. And so, like, West Virginia, and Kentucky have some of the most just gorgeous trails, gorgeous country. So I've been doing that here lately. I actually just went on one, and we weren't able to finish. Made it like 220 miles out of the 502 miles, and yeah, it's tough on your equipment. So let's get back to this bike. It's nimble, it's agile. Lean angle is 37 degrees, and the lean angle on the Pan Am is 47 degrees. I'm guessing they lowered this bike just a little bit. It's got a little bit less ground clearance. So, you know, maybe that's where you're getting the less lean angle. But I mean, all in all, you know, we've been riding in road mode. It's peppy. When we get on the interstate, we're gonna put this thing in sport mode. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get it. And I keep wanting to grab the clutch. All right, so comment down below. Do you like this motorcycle? What do you think about the Pan Am ST? You know, you tell me what you think about Harley moving, you know, production over to Malaysia. I'm sure that'll garner a lot of responses there. I think if I had the money, I would buy one. But I don't have the money, so I'm not gonna buy one. Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, guys, work has been busy. You know, it's hard for me to make content. Like, I literally got to work at 8 o'clock this morning so I could punch out this this video for you guys. Something that I've really been wanting to make, something that Carl Brunn asked me about. I really do enjoy his comments. He always has like something smart ass to say, but it's my kind of humor, and you know, I dig it. So Carl, this video is for you, sir. I appreciate you asking about it. We're about to switch this thing over into sport mode and get it. So as soon as you switch it to sport mode, you can already tell that it's woohoo! Yeah! Now, you guys did not see how fast I was going because I blurred that screen out, but I was cooking. And I mean, this thing just friggin' moves. Alright, so now that we're on the interstate, up to highway speed, I mean, it's pretty stable. I mean, I don't really have anything to complain about. High-speed cornering, we're about to find out. I'm going to tell you what, though, if you are not ready for it, this bike will hurt you. It is powerful. I mean, 150 horse and 94 foot-pounds of torque. That is no slouch. And this Revolution Max motor, I mean, how could you really ask for much more? I mean, you know, 200 horsepower would be cool. Yeah, you know, the other thing kind of bothers me is the fact that Harley, like, they can put this out. Obviously, they change a few things and they call it a Pan Am ST. But like, I find it hard to believe that they cannot create the Bronx, an actual crotch rocket, and be competitive, because the reality of it is like, Japanese do it. I mean, why can't we have a motorcycle like it? Just, there's a lot of things that, if we really wanted to get into it about, like, I could be pretty sour about. Really concerned but hopeful for the direction of Harley Davidson Motor Company. I bleed black and orange. I always will, which is why I can be critical of them. Sometimes there are people who are like, you shouldn't say that. But like, you know what? I've done this for 20 years. I'm gonna say what I want. Not only that, it's called freedom of speech. Yeah, you could potentially lose your job over something, like if you really wanted to be nasty about it, but I'm not gonna be nasty. I just want to call them out and hopefully they hear it. Like, change some things up. Bring back the Dyna. You know, bring back the cool, like these cool models that they 86'd. For what reason? Like, there was no reason to get rid of the Sportster. Fantastic, like, introduction model if you were first getting into Harleys. They had the 883 and the 1200, you know, and look at them now. Like, it's just like the Dynas. The Dynas are sought after. Sportsters are being sought after. And why? It's because Harley killed two models that were solid performers. And I think the only reason that they got rid of the Dyna and combined the Softail was because the Softail lineup was underperforming. I could be wrong. I mean, really the biggest Softail that you had was a Heritage. Heritages were cool. I really like the Heritages now. But you know, it's it is what it is. This video is all about the Pan Am. I can get lost in just talking to you guys about different things when it comes to Harley, and some of y'all want to hear it, some of you don't. But we'll finish talking about this, I reckon, then. Comfort wise, again, y'all, like, I could probably ride this motorcycle all day. It is, I mean, I don't even have the bars. I mean, the bars could probably come up just a little bit, but I mean, where I'm at, like, I feel like I have control, so I'm not really worried about it. And as we make our way back to the dealership, guys, I do appreciate you watching this video. I hope that, like, my ride reviews aren't really that long because I don't really get the option of giving a long ride review. But I wanted to get this out. I wanted, you know, my last video, how to do a coolant flush, you know, hope you guys got some value out of that. If you did get value out of this, just give it a big, dirty, greasy, nasty, road grimy thumbs up. You know, I appreciate each and every one of you, and this is going to kick off. Side stand down so that you don't whiskey throttle this thing. But y'all, this bike is a fun and awesome motorcycle. I really do think that there could be some styling changes on this with an exhaust pipe. Like, this thing is just, it's a rocket ship. It's fun, it's nimble, it's agile, and it looks pretty cool. I mean, you know, to have that in your stable, I mean, who wouldn't want that? I know I do. Y'all, thank you. I'm out.